We're in the middle of the Cortex, the tech hub of St. Louis, and what I love is that we have this beautiful garden just right over my shoulder, and it kind of serves as this buffer between the urban core of the city and this amazing farm-driven restaurant.
Yeah, it's talk about bringing it right front and center. Our whole restaurant philosophy is really about celebrating local food here in the Midwest, and particularly in St. Louis.
So there's the visual element for the guests, but there's practical applications too.
We've been able to pretty much eliminate the bulk herb ordering we're doing through our, kind of bigger purveyors. We can get basil, parsley, thyme, rosemary, lavender, all these awesome, very flavorful herbs. Anise hyssop is a big one that we use too, just right from outside. The cooks get to be part of that, so they get their hands in the mix, get to learn about the plants also, which I think it's nice to get them out of the kitchen, even if it's a hot day like today, but to be able to kind of have that experience every day is really neat.
So beyond the herbs though, you have a fig tree, you have tomatoes, you have peppers.
Jujubes even, which are a really cool native tree.
So what are you guys gonna make for us today?
So our tomato salad is sort of one of our key dishes that we serve throughout the summer. Missouri is very famous for awesome tomatoes, especially when we have this really hot weather. And they're accentuated by just delicious herbs from the garden. So it's as simple as cutting them up, harvesting them, scattering them all over the top of this bowl of marinated tomatoes with fruits like plums and cucumber, and just really nice and bright. But the herbs just make everything pop. So everything from mince to basil to anise hyssop, it's just so delicious.
So you use the garden, obviously, in the kitchen, but you use it behind the bar as well. And your bar program is very seasonal. It's really innovative and driven by herbs and fruits and veggies.
Yeah, so our botanical beverages menu is what we call it, and it's really just driven by all these wonderful plants and flowers in particular. So one drink that I think surprised me the most that we've developed is called the straw flower, which is something we've planted because they're beautiful, and I thought they would be great to use as floral arrangements in the restaurant. And I didn't really think they had a culinary value, but it turns out our bartender, Phil Ingram, is very talented, and he has been harvesting them and making a tea out of them.
Oh, cool.
And extracting this really delicious flavor. It has like a honey quality to it. And I never thought we would get sort of that second purpose out of them. And now it's almost like this refreshing honey iced tea cocktail, which I just love and is beautiful, and I think is a perfect example of how you kind of have to think outside the box sometimes and work with what you've got.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that is so valuable about the opportunity to plant these kind of foodscapes is that you can decide that you want to grow ingredients that are kind of unique to you.
Yeah.
So how did you decide on the mix? Did you work with Matt on kind of designing something, or did you already know what you wanted to plant?
Matt really helped guide us through this whole process. And he's so passionate about what he does.
Yeah.
And when he brought us this first rendering of how he thought this was gonna look, I almost didn't believe him. It's like, this can't be possible. And it's exceeded, I think, what we both thought would be possible here.